Okay guys, my name is Jackie. Today I'm going to take you through the process of Moodle Learning Management System on AWS Cloud-based infrastructure. Before we get started, we'll need to install this terminal client called MobileXterm. It is Windows only, by the way. I will show you how to use it just a bit. Now let's check the Amazon Web Service account. Your interface should be very similar. We will need to connect to the EC2 server. If you don't see it here, you can easily just enter EC2 and in the search bar, and it should be here. Go ahead and click on it. It will bring you to the instances. So now on the top right corner, we're going to launch the instances. Okay, so we'll name the web server. I will just put it as Moodle LMS. That. So for the images, we're going to choose the Amazon Linux kernel 5.10. For the instance type, it's already selected T2 Micro. That's the free tier. And we need to create a SSH key pair. So I'm gonna name it Moodle Test 1. And it will create a PM file. It will download to your PC. It's here. Okay. And for the network settings, we will need to take this allow HTTP traffic from the internet. And the rest we can just leave as default. Let's just launch the instance. Okay, and then we can go back to the instance page. And you can see I have one here that is terminated because I did test on that one before. So this one I just launched is still on pending, and give it some time, it will show running very soon. Yep, it's running. Let's click on the ID, and this is the IP address. Just copy it, and then let's open this MobileXterm, and let's create a new session, SSH, and let's paste the IP address we just had. And then we can use the private key here. That's the PM file we just had, this one. And click OK. Okay, so now it's connected. The default user for the Amazon Linux is EC2 user. So let's put EC2 user. And there's not going to be a password to sign because we are using SSH. So now I'm connected to the machine remotely with AWS. So first we'll update the Linux system package. To make sure everything is up to date. Looks good. Then we'll need to create a swap partition. And then this will allocate a 1 GB file to be used as the web space. And so this command will fill the swap file with all zeros. Yes. Then we are going to make the swap file directory accessible. Okay. Then we're going to make the swap file. And then we're gonna enable it. So change here. Okay. So for Linux, if I reboot the machine, everything is gonna be lost. So to make it persistent, we need to edit the file, which I'm gonna go in to this etc fs tab file. Sorry, here. So for the people who use Linux first time, you can press insert key on the keyboard to edit the file. Now it's on edit, and then let's put on this. Sorry. So this line is going to tell the Linux the next time on boot up how to reset up the swap partition to make sure that it is running. So again, for the Linux beginners, press the escape key and then enter WQ to exit the file. Okay, we are back out. So I'm just going to clear the screen. So next we'll need to install the LAMP stack. LAMP LAMP stack. And LAMP stands for Linux, Apache, MySQL, and PHP. This is a standard technology stack used for running PHP-based web applications. So Linux gonna be the operation system. Every application needs a operation system. And Apache is the web server. This is what's gonna be handling HTTP requests from the web browser in order to connect to the application. And MySQL is the database technology developed by Oracle. And PHP not only as a programming language, but also the application server. So the combination of these four things are what we build up the PHP-based application. Okay. So now let's install the Apache web server. So HTTPD is the package name for the Apache web server. Yep. And then we'll start Apache. And then we'll enable it, which means on reboot Apache starts. Okay. And then we can check the status to make sure it's running. Okay, looks good. I'm gonna clear this again. Okay, looks neat. Now we can test it on and see if I can connect Apache from the internet. So I'm gonna go back to the browser, copy the IP address. Let's go. Yep. So it gives me the default Apache web page, which means it's working. Okay, now let's go back to this. The next thing we'll install is the MySQL database. So since Amazon-based Linux is missing some repositories on their system, I have to manually add a new repository link to the system so that I can retrieve from the MySQL software. Sudo this. Then I'm gonna install the MySQL community server package. Yes on this. Yes on this. Okay, I forgot something. So we'll need to check if the old package is downloaded. So we do this. Import. And this. Then we do server. Okay, yes. Okay, it's gonna install the MySQL community server package. Okay, it's done. Then we can start the server. Okay, then we're gonna enable the server, enable the MySQL server, so it's gonna run on reboot. Okay, I'm gonna check the status to make sure everything's working fine. Looks good. Okay, so now we are building some security features. First, we need to fetch the default password. So I'm gonna do fetch this. Log this log file from the log folder. Okay, so this is my default password. Your password will be different, and make sure to copy that, note that down, because this is not gonna be able to paste. You'll have to enter it manually. So we'll use it just in a second. Now we are gonna prepare the database and make it secure. Secure. So okay. So enter the password. That's the password we got. So this one, it won't give you the feedback. So while typing the password, don't be alarmed. Just concentrate. Type it in. Guess I got the wrong one. Do it again. Okay. So now you can set up the new password. So this password will be the SQL database administrator password. Just put a. So when you actually go to connect the database, it will ask you for this password. Okay, and re-enter the password again. Okay, so it will give you the password strength. If you provide a poor password, it will not accept it. Accept it. So mine, it says 100, which is very strong and very safe. So change the password for root. No, we just did. Put in. Remove anonymous users. Yes, we want to remove them for secure. Disallow remotely. Yes, we don't want the user to log into the SQL server directly over the internet. So yes, disallow. Remove. Yes, we want to remove the test database. Reload the privilege tables. Yes, we want to do that. Okay. Okay. So now we are going to install the PHP. Say yes. Okay. Okay. Now I'm gonna enable the PHP 7.4 repository. So okay. Then I'll clean the metadata. Okay. Now I'm gonna install the PHP. Okay, click yes on that one. Okay, so the PHP is installed. I'm gonna test if it's the right version. So what we can do is PHP-v, check the version. Yes, it's 7.4. So that's what we need. So PHP out of the box doesn't have everything that is needed for me to run Moodle. So I'm just gonna put all these here. So these are all the module we're gonna install. Go. Click yes. now we have PHP. We're going to prepare the database for the Moodle to use. So we're gonna connect to the database server. Okay, enter the password you just created or you just changed. Okay, so now we are in the MySQL server. So let's see, we can do something like show database. Oh, sorry. It should be show databases, I bet. Yes. And then we are going to create a new database. So I'm gonna name it as Moodle. Then I will create a user called Moodle user at localhost. So localhost, and we're going to set the password here. I'm just going to do a combination of capital and the lower letters, numbers, and the special characters, like that. Oops, sorry. Should be this. Yes. So the new user is created. Now I'm gonna grant all the privileges. This. So I'm gonna give the permission to the Moodle user at localhost. Okay, then I'm gonna quit. Okay, and then I'm gonna clear this. Okay, that's good. So I'm gonna just do something real quick. So I'm gonna optimize the PHP. Let's just get into the PHP configuration file. It's not necessary, but I just want to show you. So this is the file, and let's do something. So let's change this one. Upload max. We find here. Change this one. Let's make this 20 megas, which is larger. Then another thing I will change here is the post max size, and change this one to 21 megabytes. And that's it. WQ. And again, this is just a optimizing, not really necessary. You can skip that step. So now we have the LAMP stack installed. We configured the new database for Moodle. Now we have to install Moodle. But first we need to create some folders to download the software into. So let's change the directory. So here, let's go. Then I need to make a new directory called Moodle data. Sudo make directory Moodle data. Okay. And then I'm going to give it full access on this folder 777. And now let's change to the www folder. Then I will install a software called Git here. So Moodle has its own Git repository that's based on the Git system. We are gonna get that from the Moodle Git server. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clone this. I'm gonna clone the entire repository. Sudo git clone git here. I'm just gonna enter this. Here we go. I'm just gonna pause the recording. Okay, we are back. So it's installed. Now we'll change it to the Moodle folder. This Moodle folder. Now I want to see all the different versions of the software that is available to me. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to do git branch. So all these, and I want to track. I want to get the version of the files. So I want to get this one. Track table. Okay, this Moodle is really nice table. Okay, set up. Now on checkout, I want to make sure I already changed to this version. So let's go ahead check out Moodle. It's already not. Okay, so checkout. I can see I'm already up to date to the Moodle 39 table. Then I need to get Apache to access this folder. I'm going to change the ownership of this Moodle folder to Apache. So I'm going to do this. And there we go. And then again, I'm going to give wide open privileges to www folder. Now I need to change something in the Apache configuration file. So we need to change the document root. It should be very easy to find. Here, document root. We want to change the HTML to make that Moodle. Okay, that's all we need to do. Okay, go back. Okay, now I'm gonna restart the Apache to make sure it loads. Oh, okay. Okay, another thing we need to do is we need to edit that configuration file for PHP. So again, let's get to the configuration file here. So here, the database type, we are using MySQL, so we want to change this to MySQLi. It's just the light version. And the user, we had Moodle user. So we put Moodle user here. And the password is the password as we set up. Okay, so that's all we need to change. Just quit. Okay, now let's just restart the Apache again to make sure. Okay, now let's go back to the browser. So this is still the Apache default page and the same IP address. Let's reload. And there we go. We have the installation application here. So choose language, it's English. Let's just go next. And these are all pre-populated, so we can just go next. And it's MySQL, which is good. Next. And here, the database user, we have Moodle user, and the database password will be the one. And the port will be 3306. And the Unix socket, we can just ignore it, leave it as blank. Okay, continue. And missing Moodle. So yellow is fine. Yellow is just suggested. Red will be required. So yeah, looks good. Let's just hit continue. Oh, okay, and we will need to scroll down. Scroll all the way down. And everything is successfully installed. You can go ahead and hit continue. Okay, here, settings. And I will keep it as using it as admin. And for the password, I will do the the same. For the sake of time, I'm just gonna put this. And first name, leave at admin. Surname, I will just put as user. For email, you can just put whatever. You can just put this. And yeah, update the profile. Okay, full site name, and we'll just put Moodle LMS. Short name, I just say Moodle. And here, so we are not gonna set a no reply email. This is only for if you are already setting up for a school or institution. So I'm just gonna put something fake like qwerty.com, something like that. Then save changes. Here, country, say Canada, and that's right. And I agree. And register the site. So this is it. We are already logging in as admin here. And now you have your Moodle installed in the cloud. You can verify if it's working. You can just copy this IP address. Just open a new tab. Just go. There we go. We're back. And let's try log out. And then log in. So we have our admin, and password will be the password. Okay. There you go. Now you have your own Moodle learning management system. Hope you made it through, and thanks for watching.